Well, welcome. Thanks for coming.
I'm from Los Angeles, California. My parents came from Oaxaca, Mexico.
Taipei, Taiwan.
I'm from Mexico.
Thailand, and the city is Chiang Mai.
Morelos, Mexico. My indigenous group is Tlahuica.
I'm from China.
I'm from Mexico.
I'm from Mexico.
I'm from Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
I was born in the United States, but my parents immigrated to the US from Mexico.
They immigrated here when they were, I want to say, 14 and 16. They're almost 60 now. And then for my father, he would talk about like his school days, loving school. Like I wanted to continue my education. But then out of necessity, he had to come here. And when he came here, he had to just work and share an apartment with a lot of people. And basically, he wouldn't have much for himself. He would have to care for his family and send money back.
When I was 27, I came here originally to study for a graduate program. During the time I was studying for the program, I was stressed out because of the tuition was expensive. So I want to make sure I finish on time. When the day I finished school, I'm like, yeah, let's sell my car and go back, ready to move on. And then I just got an offer letter, and I told my mom, should I go home? And I got an offer, but I also got an offer letter. But I just feel like, okay, I want to go home. But my mom said that many people actually want to come to this country and work at this country. Since you got offer letter, I mean, why don't you just stay and then see what happens if you don't like it 1 year and then just quit and then go back? And that's how it started.
23, 24. Yeah, I came here alone for the au pair program. It's a nanny program. I used to be a live-in nanny. So I stayed with the host family in Chicago for 2 years. And then I studied, and then I moved to Los Angeles for another study, and then I work, and then I got family.
When I got here, I'm 40. In that time, my daughter is 15. Two big reasons. First, it is for my daughter to get good education. Another reason, it is in China, they are discriminating women. So I get a lot of really bad life experience in that country. So I don't want my daughter suffering the same thing like I did.
26. I don't have any motivation to come here. It's just my husband came first. I decided to follow him, and I brought my two young daughters, 32. I came here because I wanted to make my house. In Mexico, it was very hard to make money for make my house. My work, it was a massage, therapist massage. It was enough money for make my house. I decided to come here. Yes, my massage.
I was gonna be 13 when I came. In July of 1996 with my mom and my sister. My mom got married again, so we had to come with her because her husband was here.
I've been here for 29 years. My parents were divorced. It was 3 of us. She brought us here to the United States looking for a better future for us. Not that we didn't have one, but the fact that she was a stay-at-home mom. She went to school, but she just thought, I'm just not gonna make it in Mexico. So she said, I'm gonna give United States a try.
They came at 17 and 18 years old, right after they got married. Our running joke at home with them is that they're still on their honeymoon because they came here and never went back. So they were both looking for better opportunities for themselves, but also they had a vision that they wanted their children to grow up in a place that would provide more opportunities in terms of education, in terms of jobs.
I've been here for nearly 40 years. I left my country when I was 13 years old. My mom and my dad came first, and I was left with my grandmother, which is in Leogane, which where I was born in Port-au-Prince, but I was raised in Leogane.
Why did they immigrate?
For a better life.
For my parents, it was really like finding a community. That way, if you have any questions, you have your support system.
You needed some time to understand different systems, different resources this country offer. You don't get that from just go to a library and check out a tourist book. It won't even show on the textbook when you learn English in other countries. You really learn by mistakes and talk to people, and then really spend time to find the information you need on the internet. I think I was sort of lucky compared with other immigrants who came here when there was no internet. That must be even harder. But the only lucky thing is that when I came here, I was able to understand English.
If you don't come, you don't know. Just don't afraid of anything that you don't know first, but have to be strong. You have to be strong, and you have to have like belief that you can do it.
Right now is a big the risk. After the pandemic, COVID, Chinese right now get attacked. For me, by myself, I feel is not safe. Even though you go into supermarket, you get out, the people take all of your grocery away. Some, they just knock down the senior people, no reason, because you are a Chinese. They thinking Chinese, it is COVID-19 virus. In my perspective, I feel a lot of Chinese, exactly the new immigrant, they like to carry cash with them to go into doing something, to buy something. So when the people going to attack them or always get something. On the other hand, the people living in the Chinese community, they don't really feel safe too. The stranger jump over the wall, want to go into your room. So this is a really, really tough time for me.
My experience? Well, I noticed that the society is also different. Customs are different, beliefs are different. The only thing I learned from when I came here to the United States, you had to face reality. You had to pay rent. You had to spend more money in bills, food. It's more expensive here. I was living another life over there. Here it was more hard for me to leave my mom, my dad. But I feel happy because I was with my husband and my 2 young daughters.
To have a goal, very clear goal. Wherever goal, 1, 2, 3, have a list of your goal. Because if you came here, they don't have a goal. It's like a tornado. The language, the work, the money. If you get money a lot more than Mexico, you expend money very easy in things. I think that even though I miss a lot of, my family from Mexico and the culture from over there, even though I didn't want to live here for many years, I learned to get adapted to live life here.
Yes.
And I don't think I will go back to Mexico to live over there because now I'm so used to the life here.
I started learning about college since I was in middle school, like the beginning of middle school. So I went to schools and heard like crazy amounts of money that we had to pay. I thought, really, is that true? So I knew how much we paid for rent. I knew we needed help with rent. Little by little, my worries changed. And my main focus was tuition. I'm a DACA student, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna have a lot of opportunities until we did. I'm a dreamer, and if you have a dream, go after it and don't stop. Because dreams come true. And that dream brings up a whole other world of dreams that are very possible because I'm there and I enjoy it.
So I recognize that I come from a very different background than my parents did. I personally don't feel like I have those experiences that my parents do and continue to have in terms of discrimination. And I think that has a lot to do with the way one looks and how one speaks. Because of that, I would say that I have not had those experiences, but I have witnessed. Manny and I were talking about this, and it's something as simple as if I walk into Home Depot and I make a return and I don't have a receipt, no one questions me. But if my father walks into Home Depot and he doesn't have a receipt, based on the way that he looks and based on his broken English, they will ask him more questions. So it's even in that simple example that I can give you that is the difference in experiences.
Yeah.
I can only go off of what my parents' experience is, and I recognize that they're doing it because they have a desire to move into a world that may be able to provide them something different, not necessarily better,
Right.
but something different than what they have. And I think in life, one has to do what is right. And so if that feels right and that is part of their journey, again, if my parents had not come here, I don't know where I would be, right? My life would maybe look very different.
Yeah.
And I recognize that.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't necessarily provide that advice of, come. I think one has to do what is right for themselves and for their family in seeking perhaps maybe a better opportunity or something different. But I know that if my parents had not come, the outcome of our lives would have been different. I'm very grateful that they came.
I love the US because it gave me that type of freedom that if I wanted what you want to do in your life, you have that opportunity. In other words, opportunity that I didn't have, that I still know in Haiti, a lot of children that are growing up don't have that opportunity.
Right.
And here you have it. You can be wherever you want to be. And to have something like that and to treasure it and know that where my goal is to take it home and make that child, even if it's one, to make them know that you are worthy. You can be a president. Because in Haiti, a lot of time, I know families that would degrade their kids because the way they were brought up, you'll never amount to be anything. And that's a lot the mentality that they brought up to know. I was fortunate to know that I had a family that was really near and to know that where they wanted to go, no matter how hard they had to work, no matter what consequences were, they fought it and they did it. But not so many of our Haitian culture were like, you're gonna be a little thief, you look at you, and and that stays in them, and they never get that positive. And for me, to be able to have it here, that was the most greatest gift that the US gave me. Learning how to speak English, learning how to let my feelings out, because I couldn't, especially going to school. I was so afraid and fear. I couldn't speak. I couldn't, engage and let people know who I am. And I felt like if they gave me that opportunity, they would have seen me different. So it was my barrier, my language barrier.
Yeah.
Was the most challenging.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.